No, it's been a while since I've vlogged on this channel. I'm not doing anything like pretty, so I can do major production. I've got a decent camera and I've got a mic and I've got all those things, and I've made videos in the past, but I think there's so much fitness stuff out there that if it's one stream and it isn't cut, you know it's real. You know it's like raw. It's like as it is. There's no, flashy bits anywhere. But everyone's starting to go back to the gym again because it's that time of year and people are talking about it, and I used to be one of those people, you see someone who's got muscles and all of a sudden, oh, I need to go back to the gym. And, there's nothing wrong with that, we all do it, but it's whether you go back. And the thing is I've been going to the gym religiously for 4 years now. It's coming up to 4 years now. And, prior to the 4 years, I've always had dumbbells and I've always done a little bit of, bicep work and some press-ups and overhead press with the old, what they called, dumbbells for your shoulders and stuff, or delts. So I've always done that and I've always been quite active. But it took me, I went back to the gym, it took me, the first 6 months you see change, because obviously you're losing weight and you're seeing your muscles show a bit more and you're feeling better about yourself. A year goes past, and then usually about 2 years in, it gets a bit dormant because you need to switch it up a bit, go from full body workouts to like splitting stuff up and being a little bit more strict about stuff. Because I see it all the time in the gym. You see, especially, I'm not saying women don't do it, because they do. I've seen women do it, but men do it more because obviously it's the masculinity thing. They come in and they have to lift heavier than the woman, or they have to lift heavier than the man who's just been on the machine. And, there's this clash, bang, wallop, and this really crap forms. People are doing this and exercising their entire body. And you think to yourself, I'd say it takes a good 6 months for most people to leave their ego at the door. One of my friends said to me once, I said, oh, you need to do lateral raises. It's kind of, but almost do it as a chicken. Don't bring it up like this. Don't do this with your shoulders at the same time. Just like literally move your arms up like that. Yeah, control. Well, I'd have to lift light weights. I can't be seen lifting light weights in the gym. And I'm like, does it matter how much weight you're lifting? It's what results you're getting. Like as a woman I've got quite big triceps, right? And lots of people, you can't really see it in this light very well, but I have got really big triceps. And, I've got reasonable biceps, but, I'm more tricep dominant than I am bicep dominant. Now, the funniest thing is the tricep's bigger in your arm than your bicep, and you see men sort of giving it all that, and I'm like, exercise your tricep, because if you don't, you're not going to fill a t-shirt. And women, obviously, we all get bingo flaps. So women are, they see, I find it happens a lot when I'm in the gym that people see me and then start exercising their triceps. So obviously there's going to be a degree of people coming into the gym to exercise their triceps, but it's like they almost smile at you and go, and then all of a sudden they kind of, and you see them look, and then they sit up and they, start exercising their triceps. Well, I think genetically people are sometimes more front muscle dominant, back muscle dominant. Now, if you look at me in a bikini, my back's quite muscular naturally. My triceps are quite much muscular naturally. My hamstrings are quite well defined naturally. My quad muscles aren't as there as they should be, in comparison to my back naturally. My thigh muscles are quite big. My stomach holds a bit of fat here. My chest is not anything special, and my front delts weren't anything special either. So it took me a while to realise that, obviously, after you've been training for a few years, you then look at your body and go, right, okay, what's what? But I think, in your arm, you're either bicep dominant or you're tricep dominant, or you're evenly matched. And I think a lot of that goes on, because a lot of women hop on steroids or, enhancement stuff, HRT or whatever, to get rid of the fat at the back, there's a little bit of flappy there, but if I tense, there's no flap. Right, so why am I worried? Everyone's got a little bit of skin there. You've got to have a bit of skin there. I haven't got bingo flaps though. Even men have got slight flap and bits of skin they can pull at the back of it. They don't carry as much fat because they're built differently. But it's funny because there's this, you know, there's nothing wrong with people who are competing in bodybuilding competitions. That's a sport. It's a competition. But in day-to-day life as a normal human being living, you know, you're not going to be as ripped as these people. And I'm going to be honest, when I see some of the women, especially not so much in the there's all different categories, isn't there? So the categories that are more girly to more masculine, to the girl the more bikini or below that, a lot of them just look really unhealthy to me when they're on stage. You know, you can see their, you know, there's nothing wrong with having breast enhancements, but you can literally see the breast enhancements and that's it. It's like two balloons on the front of them. You're not shaming anyone here. And you can see their ribs, and it's like to a level where they on their faces go, and then when you see them go back on a bulk, their faces puff up. I know that sometimes happens with steroids, but they go back to more of a healthy thing. And I'm like, well, you know, I'd say I'm probably 25% body fat now, and you can see my top 2 to 4 abs, right? The bottom pack from the belly button area down, it's not completely flat, but I think if I was going to lose that fat on that level without building the muscle up underneath, I would look anorexic, you know. And I certainly at my age, at 49, I'm not going to hop on any kind of, you know, HRT might have to be something when I go through the menopause. I am starting to, but it's not something that's affected me yet. So I don't plan to do anything like that. But it's like this false impression of what you should look. You know, competitive bodybuilding is not what you want to look like day to day. And I think there's a lot of people who look at that and then get upset because they don't look like their idols who compete. You know, if you want to compete as a bodybuilder, of course, I get it, right? But if you're not a competing bodybuilder, you're just someone who wants to look aesthetic for themselves and feel happy in their skin. You don't need to go to the extremes that some of these people do. Like, of course, track your food. Of course, eat healthily. Of course, do a bit of cardio. Of course, follow a plan. But the most consistent thing, or the most, I say consistent is exactly the word I'm looking for. The most important thing when going to the gym is consistency, and consistency of a workout that you actually do really, really well structured. You know, concentrate on getting really good form. And if that means lowering the weight, lower the weight, because, you know, feel the muscle work. And concentrate on doing that first before you start messing with your diet too much, and then tweak your diet up, you know, and get a bit more strict, but get used to going to the gym 3 times a week. If you're a beginner, 3 times a week. Just go to the gym 3 times a week, don't care where it is, 3 times a week. And if you want to include 20 minutes of cardio each one of those days, then do. If not, make sure you walk 10 to 15,000 steps a day. That's it, right? That's all you need to do, just for the first 3-6 months, get used to it. You know, and then obviously be a bit more conscious with what you eat. Don't eat complete crap all the time. Have a cheat day at the weekend, and I mean a cheat day. If you're a drinker, maybe drink Fridays and Saturdays and have a glass of wine on a Sunday with your dinner if you're used to drinking gallons over the weekend. But, you know, don't restrict everything all at once, because if you do, it's not that you're destined to fail. There's not many people out there who can do everything all at once. You have to get used to one thing. Oh, right, that's what I'm doing every week now. It's been a month. Now I'll adjust that. It's been a month. And stop scale watching. According to my scale, I'm obese. It's impossible, okay? So, as I say, all 8 of you, because I think I've only got about 8 subscribers at the moment. Any questions? Anything you'd like to see me say, do, or talk about, or whatever, you know, comment below. Because at the moment, I think if I just talk to a camera in a real way, I think that's better than, you know, showing a staged video, because I'm not well known. I'm on YouTube for other things, but not not for fitness. I'm not qualified in fitness, so I don't esteem to be some kind of professional. But as the days are getting longer and there's more light out there, I will take the camera out on a cycle ride and maybe to the gym here and there in the future. But until then, it's just going to be literally insightful information that I feel like sharing. So I always say in my other videos, peace, love and light. It's just a way of saying goodbye. So have fun.